Jay here for Stretford, Paddock. This is the Academy Review, and joining me, as always, is our very own Academy expert, and I am going to call you that, Dave, even though you don't want me to. David Pritt, how you doing, brother?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm still recovering from the epic 1-0 win over West Ham.
3 points, that's all that matters.
That, well said. You know what? That is it. 3 points, job done, move on. But we've got far more exciting things to talk about, including the FA Youth Cup, the under-23s, the under-18s, and, of course, all the players that are out on loan for Manchester United. So, should we start with the FA Youth Cup?
Yep,
Let's do this.
First game that happened on Wednesday night.
Yep.
Against Salford, which a bit of a local derby, even though
Tasty.
we've played them in the under-21s against their first team, but I think that was a bit of a B team for them. But this is the first time the under-18s have played the under-18s competitively, and this is the furthest Salford have ever come in the Youth Cup, the third round. So a bit of a test for us. We had a young team, and the squad was pretty young, to be honest. We had Isaac Hansen, Aaron, back from Norway. A lot of people have been asking where he is, and I thought he was injured, but it turns out he went home for Christmas, and then because of COVID rules, he wasn't allowed back. So he's only just came back. This was his first game. We had Charlie Savage at left back, which is a bit of a change because he's a central midfielder, and of course Charlie McNeil up top.
Charlie McNeil, hey, what a player already.
Yeah, he's, so this is his first Youth Cup game for United. Obviously, he's only played in the league for us. So it's time for him to shine, really, and show him what he's all about.
And did he?
Well, yes. Well, first of all, we got our first goal. Yeston Hughes, who was playing at right back, lovely ball to the back post, and then Daniel Gore, who's a youngster, he headed in back post. It was a simple goal, really, just floated to the back post header, but nicely done. And you don't really see much headers really in the under-18s. You do and you don't really. Not as much as you do in the Premier League, because I think it's not a skill they really work on. I think that now the rules are you can't head till what age, I don't know. But
yeah, it's changed, hasn't it?
But it was a nice goal. So we went 1-0 up at half time, 1-0, and it was a bit of a funny first half. Really, the pitch wasn't great. It was when we had all that rain for like 2 nights.
Yep.
And it was very bobbly and all that, and I don't think that worked for us. It didn't really work for Salford as well. It was a bit of a first 20 minutes or so. It was a bit of a non-game kind of thing, but we got into it through that. And then in the second half, ball's played into McNeil. He rides a challenge, gets onto it, very tight angle, and just smashes it in for 2-0. And that was his first Youth Cup goal. We ended up winning 2-0. He did an interview afterwards, which he had to apologise for. Right,
I've heard this, but tell the viewers at home, this is one of the most ridiculous things you can ask someone to apologise for in the history of ridiculousness.
It's simply, he just basically said he was happy to beat United. It wasn't about him. It was all about the team helping him score goals. And he hoped we got Liverpool next round. And basically he wanted to win.
Right. So he had to apologise for saying, I hope we get the Scousers and beat them. Shouldn't have to apologise. Should be praised for that. Should be rewarded.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? That's
everyone loved it.
You'd expect a Manchester United player to say.
But in the world we live in, you're not allowed to.
So who's decided or who's complained?
Someone's told him to apologise, haven't they? So I don't know whether it's his agent or the club, but who knows?
I have my own theory that we won't go into. Yeah, I mean, that's just nonsense. But I mean, I like Charlie McNeil. I like his attitude, and I mean that in a good way. I don't mean that in his bad, he's obviously...
He's a United fan.
He's a United fan, kisses the badge,
he's been at City for years.
What's wrong with this?
Come to United, he's finally where he wants to be, and he's scoring goals, loving it.
Create these sort of Michael Owen-esque cyborgs that just go, scored a goal, and, it's about the win, not the individual. Bore off.
So, yeah, we won through to the next round, and we could either have Liverpool or Sutton United. I think they play tonight. So
it's quite the difference there, isn't there?
Yeah, there isn't. I mean, yeah, for a team like Liverpool, who've got a good academy, but you find that some of the lower teams have better academies because that's where they need to get their players. They can't afford to get players from here, there, and everywhere. So they've got to make sure the academy is good because they need players from it. So yeah, we'll find out tonight who we're going to play. So I do hope it is Liverpool, and I do hope we smash him.
So by the time...
I'm sorry for saying that.
No, I don't apologise for that. And by the time you watch this, you'll probably know. But as always, we'll have all the reaction from Dave, and he'll give you the update on what's going down, no matter who we get. So on to the under-23s next.
Yeah, we played Friday. Usually Friday night. We either play Friday night or Monday night.
Yeah.
This was Friday, I think about 3 o'clock, which is a weird one. At home to Brighton. And we recently just played Brighton away, and we went 1-0 down and then scored two goals just to win it. I think that was when Baggers was replaced me for that week.
It was an awful week. And I've erased it from my memory.
But yeah, he covered that. On it. Shortire was back. Shoretire, I keep doing it. Shoretire.
We're as bad as each other, right? Because I did it the other night when I was like, Shoretire, and then at the end I went Shortire. Shoretire, we apologise, Sholo, we are trying.
Back from the first team, first appearance for the under-23s since his rise. Saversky, he was playing after captaining for 90 minutes the Youth Cup on the Wednesday. Max Taylor was back at centre-back. He's now officially back completely from Kidderminster because I think the league's kaput now. I think they've ended it, so he's no point of being alone there. He's back at United. And then Charlie Savage was on the bench for the first time for the 23s. Obviously, he played left back for the under 18s in the Youth Cup and played brilliantly there. And so he got his reward on the bench for the 23s for the first time.
Decent.
We didn't get to the greatest of starts in the 6 minutes. Will Fish, centre back, captain. A bit of a coming together, clumsy really. In the box, just to the edge of the box, referee shows red card, and so we got like 85 minutes to play with.
I mean, really, was it a red card offence in your opinion? I've not seen it, but I don't think it was.
It was a coming together. It was a foul. He didn't really go for the ball. In today's rules, it is, but I thought it was a bit harsh.
Well, I think it's one of the worst decisions I've ever heard of.
It could possibly be, but that's... then from that, the free kick at the edge of the box, and Kovar pulled out a great save. So the play goes on. Then Galbraith, unfortunately, has to go to centre-back to cover.
Yeah. Your boy, Ethan.
Yeah, he can do a job there, but it's a shame because he is showing in midfield what he can do, and like I keep going on, he deserves his shot in the first.
I know you do, mate. You've been banging this drum, and I listened to you because you've watched a lot of him, and you're adamant that he's good enough to be given a chance in the first team. And who knows, that might happen, especially with some of the injuries we've got going on.
But the problem is, obviously, moving back into centre back, he's not going to show what he's capable of in midfield. To be honest, we defended well. Kovar made some great saves, really. 3 or 4 really, really good saves, but. Nothing really happened until about the 64th minute. Hugo Worth came on, Alvaro Fernandez come on, and then we looked much better. We had a few chances ourselves, but to be honest, with 10 men, we did well to keep it at 0-0, and that's how it finished 0-0 really. But it could have been much worse because there were moments where Brighton could have scored, but Kovar was pulling out some great saves.
I think a 0-0 when you've got 10 men is like a win, really.
Yeah, and it was for the majority of the match.
Yeah, 85 minutes with 10 men after a disgraceful decision that I've not seen. Then I think you can class that as a victory.
Yeah, clean sheet.
Clean sheet, exactly.
Points
that's what matters, mate. Do you know what I mean? What's up next then?
The under-18s played the following day against Sunderland at home.
Yeah,
we always like to play Sunderland because it's a shame for them, but they're not very good. But apparently, last season they didn't win a single. They lost every single game.
Consistency.
They've won. I think they've won 3 games this season.
What's going on now?
So they're improving.
Yeah.
So it's going to be obviously a tougher game. But Hugo Worth started. Savage started. Obviously, he was on the bench. He didn't come on. Lewis Jackson started for the first time. He's an under-16 player. And first half, it was a bit, I wouldn't say even, but the only real chance we had when we scored was Dylan Hugo Worth plays it into Noam Emmerich. Goes past the player and then blasts it in the top corner. 1-0. Nice goal.
Nice.
And we had a few chances. They had a couple of chances. It wasn't like... When you watched it, we deserved to be 1-up, but we didn't deserve to be much more than that.
Yeah.
But that kind of changed in the second half. 48th minute, Emmerich floats the ball over to McNeil. Takes a touch. And it was a similar angle to the one he scored against Salford. Dead tight angle. Just blast it top corner. Just loves scoring goal, this lad. Yeah.
I can't wait to see him when he's a little bit older. I really can't.
Then about 5 minutes after that, there's a pass played by the defender across the goal. Just not really looking. Alejandro Garnacho picks it up, runs into the box, scores. Then we got 3-0. And then straight away after that, we win the ball back from the kickoff. McNeil scores, but the flag's up. And I watched it again. It's so tight. It could have been.
Tell you what, we're being done by these decisions, aren't we?
It was tight, but it didn't really matter because Emmerich plays it across goal. McNeil shoots. It was saved. And then Emmerich picks it up and scores again, made it 4-0. Oh, no, not Emmerich, sorry. Hugo Worth, makes it 4-0. And he was quite brave with that because he had to run into the player. He was going to get hit when he made the shot. scores, but cut his lip.
Good
Yeah,
man.
you know, I like that. Yeah,
Getting
exactly.
stuck in.
And then Emeran picks it up at the edge of the box in the 63rd minute and curls it in for 5-0. And then 6th McNeil hits the post. Garnacho gets a rebound, smashes it in for 6-0. It was mad, really. Then we quietened down a bit. 10 minutes ago, Sunderland got a red card. One of the players, Garnacho, did a bit of a slide tackle. He came in. He stamped on his leg a bit. I don't know if it was intentional or not. It could have been avoidable if he jumped out the way, but yeah, straight red. And then we just passed the ball about a bit. It just ended up 6-0. Now we're 3 points at the top of the league now over City, but they have a game in hand and they've got a 5-goal difference better than us at the moment. So we need City to drop points, really.
City will drop points. Don't you worry. Yeah. I have faith that they'll crumble under the red wave.
They'll be scared of McNeil. They'll see McNeil scoring all the time. We're never going to win this.
We're never going to win it. He left us for a bigger club, and now look what's happening. It's all going wrong, and hopefully that'll filter through for the first team as well. Yeah, good. Do you know what? And I am that bitter guy, right? I don't forget the Poznans, from Sunderland when City beat us to the league.
So it's not the under 18s players' fault, though, is it?
No, I don't care, Dave. You were part of Sunderland. You're part of the problem. So good, 6-0. Have a bit of that.
Yeah, you having a go at Hugill as well then?
Hugill did the right thing. He came over to the red side. So yeah, good victory for the youngsters.
The next game's up. The under-18s play Spurs away on Friday. That's at midday, unfortunately, for people who are working or at school.
It's a shame with these times, isn't it? These kick-off times.
And then the under-18s play Saturday at home to Everton. That should be a tasty game at 11 o'clock. So we obviously need to win that to stay top of the league.
So some good games coming up then. And obviously playing well, playing some good football. McNeil absolutely flying. And
I think it's 15 goals he's got now this season.
Where's the other one up to? Hugill, how's he getting on?
Hugill, he's not scored. He didn't score the last game, but he's looking good.
It was a bit surprising when you was going through it, and I was like, hang on a minute, what's going on there? You missed someone out, surely.
Yeah.
But can't score every week, can they?
Exactly.
Come on, these youngsters. But obviously both of them doing really well, and some of the teammates as well. And it's great to see the academy thriving, because there's been a lot of talk about it recently, hasn't there, with the appointment of John Murter, who's obviously got connections to the academy.
Yeah, I mean, I've had fortunate enough to speak to him a couple of times, actually. He goes to Lee all the time. He's at the women's games. He's at the under-23 games. I'm not sure if I've seen him at camp. He might have done. He might be on the other side of the pitch. But, yeah, I mean, he's sorted me out with team sheets and stuff. Yeah, he's a top guy, so I'm glad he's got the job. Hopefully he can do a decent job with it.
Is he Mancunian? What's his accent? Because I don't know. Varying reports. Someone said I've heard he's a man, and someone, I think it was the Mirror or someone said he was a Scouser, but I've heard that's not true.
To be honest, I don't know.
Fair enough. It doesn't matter. I'm not, as long as he does his job, I don't really care. But no, it's good that he's been involved with those teams and knows the academy especially. Hopefully, we'll see. We'll have to wait and see whether that transfers into us seeing more academy players in the first team, or whether he's got that sort of understanding of what it takes to be a Manchester United player. What else have you got for us?
So the loanees now.
Yes.
James Garner, Jimmy Garner.
The new Nottingham Forest very own Sergio Busquets, according to some of their fan base.
Yeah, he played 90 minutes as usual, obviously. In a 1-1 draw with Reading at home. So, yeah, he's just very different to Watford now, where you weren't sure if he was going to start or if he's going to play the 90. Now they're just, take him in midfield and he'll do the job for you.
It's good, man. So that's what he needs, isn't it? Just experience. He's got the ability. Gets that experience in a tough league like the Championship. Hopefully, maybe next season we can see him back at Old Trafford.
Fingers crossed.
Bothering the first team.
Yeah, Ethan Laird at MK Dons.
Yes.
He played 90 minutes as well. Fantastic. In a 3-2 win at home to Accrington Stanley.
Who were they?
Exactly.
Good lad.
Apparently that was a pretty good game, the 3-2, exciting game, and I'm not too sure how involved he got in the game. I didn't see it, but yeah, he played the 90 in it.
The main thing with him, I think me and you say this every week, is just getting him minutes, because he's had so many injuries. We just want to see him playing football regularly and getting some decent minutes under his belt, because I've no doubt that Ethan Laird, ability-wise, is good enough to play for Manchester United. It's just, can he sustain that level of physicality that's needed when he's had so many injuries? Yeah,
and at MK Dons, he is getting them minutes. I mean, the fact that he played 90 this week shows you what they think of him, and that they need it, really. He's doing well playing as like a right wing back at the moment.
That's the modern world, isn't it? Most of the time now you are a wing back if you're a full back or whatever. So we'll keep a close eye on him and let you know how he develops.
Dishon Bernard, who's been playing 90 minutes for Salford every week. He came on in the 58th minute in a 1-0 loss, Crawley away. But my theory in this is, obviously they played the Papa John's Trophy final on Saturday, and he's cup tied for that. He was cup tied for that, so I think they were playing the team, trying to get the shape right for that. So that's why he didn't start. Obviously, he was cup tied. Salford ended up winning that thing, and they had to give it away less than 24 hours later because. Do you not hear this?
Go on.
So this was the EFL Trophy.
Right. I saw that they won it.
Which Dishon Bernard played in last year with United. So this was the 2020 final from last year's final.
Right.
And then on the Sunday was the 2021 final.
Right.
So you get, So if Salford were in the 2021 final, Bernard could have played.
Right.
But because he was cup tied because he played for United last season.
Ah, right. Okay, right. That makes sense.
Yeah. So he only got 40 minutes or so, or 30 minutes or so, sorry, in a loss against Crawley. But yeah, good for Salford. They win it, so their morale will be up, and so hopefully that he can do well for them, and they can carry on for the rest of the season.
Sounds good. Happy days.
Taeve Chong,
played
62 minutes, so an hour in a 1-1 draw away at Sherrell, I think
I'm
these
not
teams,
even going to pretend to know or try to
Google
correct
it. You'll see the name.
I'll take your word for it. 62 minutes then, did you say?
Sorry? And about an hour, yeah, 62, hour. Yeah.
How's he getting on?
From all reports, okay, yeah, they're not. They're not treating him like Delo is having a go at him. You know, they just they seem happy with him. Yeah,
we'll have to wait and see.
And to be honest, I need to find Bruges fans to have a chat with him.
Yeah, because he went obviously didn't he, from Werder Bremen to Bruges. It sort of didn't happen for him in Werder Bremen despite a promising start. Gone over to Bruges. The sort of thinking is there if he can show what he's about in the Belgian league, which no disrespect to him or to that league. Sorry, if you're going to have aspirations of playing for Manchester United, you've got to be able to show you're decent in the Belgian league. So we'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see. Like I say, I'll hopefully get in contact with someone and have a chat with them, see what they say.
You're quite good at that, locating these fans, aren't you?
Yeah, Traore at Cairn, he not played this weekend. They have a game tonight, so I'll have to update you next week on that.
Keep us posted with that one.
Then Mengi, Teden at Derby.
Yes, the Mengi Rooney combination.
Yeah, Rooney's actually you're a pretty good player, you.
Yeah.
So we're going to play you all the time. So on Tuesday, he played 90 minutes in a 0-0 draw at Barnsley away. So clean sheet at centre back.
That's your job.
And then unfortunately Saturday, he played 90 in a 1-0 loss at Millwall at home, which could be a tricky game. Millwall.
It's tough,
probably.
Yeah, you know they're like them Millwall lot.
Yeah, but he's got 2 games, 90 minutes. So at Derby, he's so young as well. So
I mean, for a teenager to be getting 2 games, like back-to-back games in the Championship in the week is fantastic. And again, a lot of the time with these players, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but we know their ability. It's whether they can physically handle it.
Exactly, that's the whole thing.
Do you know what I mean? That's the main issue. It's not talent-wise. It's whether you've got that physicality. And it sounds like Teden Mengi, who a lot of people expecting big things from this guy, aren't they?
Yeah. I am, to be honest.
Yeah.
I've talked about it last week, how he's he had like a Roy Keane game in at Norwich at Carrow Road.
Yeah, is he showing Roy Keane vibes still? Then
I need to watch a game. The game that I finally watched of Derby, he didn't play, so it was. So yeah, I need to watch and see what he's like.
But the potential's there to be like a Roy Keane type player. Is that what
he's a leader? I think he is a leader like that, but obviously different position and things like that. But yeah, he's obviously captain. He was captain for the 18s. He was captain for the under 23s at 17. He's a leader.
He's a leader, and we need players like that. There's been all sorts of talk about the fact that Harry Maguire swore at Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I mean, it's the most ridiculous story ever. But we need leaders, and I don't mind that, by the way. That's what you want to see. You need people that can do that. All the best United teams have had players like you said, a Keano or a Brian Robson or a Rio or a Vidic, someone who can lead the team, and hopefully in the future that'll be Teden Mengi.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Palestri Alvarez, is it? Alvarez?
Yeah.
He played 85 minutes in a 1-1 draw to Cadiz, so he's getting game time, which is good for him. Then Jacob Carney, we always talked about.
Yes.
Obviously at Portadown Town. Someone in the comments did me a favour actually and said that Portadown were going to be on the iPlayer. So I ended up watching them play against Glenavon, I think they're called. They got beat 2-1, but I thought Carney was great. He made some great saves. He was a bit unfortunate, really, for one of the goals. But yeah,
when you say it's a bit unfortunate, is that his fault or
no? It was just a corner came in for one of them. Everyone just piled in front of the goal. He couldn't. He had no view of it, and it just went in the back of the net, unfortunately. But yeah, I thought he played really well, and then he played on the Saturday. Didn't see this 2-2 against Ballymena. So yeah, he's, like I say, every week he's their main goalkeeper, doing well. Happy with him, and he's still young. He's got plenty of time to develop.
I'm liking his story. He's doing well. Every time you give us the updates on him, he seems to be playing well. And obviously, young goalkeeper, it could be many years before he gets a chance at United. But who knows what the future can hold for him?
And that's you always end with Carney, but not this week.
Go on,
Dylan Levitt.
Dylan Levitt, the new Ryan Giggs, even though he plays in a different position, and he's not really going to be the new Ryan Giggs.
But he's Welsh, isn't he?
But he's Welsh, so we'll go with that one.
Came on in the 77th minute for his debut in a 1-0 win against NK Lokomotiva.
Yes, because just for people who don't know, where Dylan Levitt is a bit of a bizarre story. Where's he ended up?
NK Instra, which I'm now trying to put minds together. Both teams started with NK, so does that translate to FC maybe?
Great. I mean, it's over in Croatia, isn't it?
Yeah.
My Croatian is a little bit rusty. I'm not going to lie to you, Dave, so I'll have to have a little Google.
Yeah, if you can pick that up for next week.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've spoken Croatian. How's he got on it? So he
came on in the 77th minute, so 13 minutes he played, 15 maybe with injury time. So yeah, he made his debut. They ended up winning. I think they scored before he came on, but yeah, he came on, and fingers crossed they'll play him a lot more now. You got to remember with these loans, people like Garner, they threw him in, but for other players like even Mengi he didn't play for a while. They brought him in for a few games, like second half appearances. Then you play. Hopefully now like Levitt, he may come up start, may bring him off at half time, but eventually, hopefully, he'll get more game time.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't expect someone to go over to Croatia on a loan move and not play that.
Yeah.
It does seem very bizarre unless they were having absolute stinkers in training.
That could be an issue as well, where the language barrier when training.
Yeah,
you don't know how it's working. Maybe he's only just picking up and communicating with him a bit better. So wait and see.
Yeah, I remember once we did a chatting to Lee Sharp about it. I think he went over to Italy and he was saying that one of the things he said on training, he was just sort of left to his own devices because everyone was speaking Italian and he didn't speak Italian, and none of them really bothered with him. Especially, I think David Pritt took him over there and then got sacked as well. So he's like a new manager who didn't really want him playing a club where he didn't speak the lingo. So I know that's a different scenario for Dylan Levitt, but hopefully he'll get the games that he deserves and needs to show us what he's about, because he's another one who's been highly touted. And as you said, he's played for Wales. He's not got an international caps. He's just not got.
Well, I don't. Has he
he's played
been in the squad? Has he,
I think he has.
I can't. I'll have to. I did know this, but my mind's gone.
Well, either way, he's been in and around the Wales squad.
He's definitely been in the squad a couple of times.
Forgive me if I'm wrong on that one, but we know he's not had any chances at Manchester United yet, although he's played in the Europa. Hopefully he can get the experience he needs, come back and show us what he's about.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I mean, we've got a plethora of young, great midfielders now, and the main ones, Garner, Levitt, Galbraith, and then you look at people like Savage who are coming through now who look great. So the future's bright.
But the future's bright, and we've got a plethora of young midfielders. I'm very impressed there with the vocabulary. I'm going to have to start getting my thesaurus out because you're leaving me in the shade. Dave, it's always a pleasure listening to you and getting the updates. And it sounds like things are going quite well with the academy, with the loanees. You're happy with what you're seeing?
From all the games I've seen, I was obviously the Sunderland 18s game was great, scoring all them goals. Won in the Youth Cup, the 23s. Obviously, we didn't win, but played most of the game with 10 men. Still got a point out of it. You got to be happy with it. Just
can't wait to get back in the grounds, innit?
I know.
I mean, for you're doing like 5 games a week, so I don't know how you're coping, mate. Cause
only on the odd occasion.
Only occasion, mate. It's like, literally, I'm not even right. People think I'm exaggerating. I'm not. I used to speak to Dave all the time. Be like, I've just been at this game, got to this game, I've got another game tomorrow. I'll be like, I don't know how you do it, mate. So yeah, the sooner we can get fans in the ground, the better. Dave, where can people find you?
You can look on Twitter at David J Pritt, and on Instagram it's just David Pritt without the J. And We'll see.
There you go. Hey, watch this space. Make sure if you're not doing, make sure you're checking him out on social media. Also, make sure you're subscribing to the channel if you're not doing. Give this video a like as well and a share, and get involved in the comments. That's been Dave Pritt. I've been Jay Mottit. This has been the Stretford Paddock Academy Review. Thanks for watching.